I know what all you surfers are like. You're lazy and you're frothing to get in the water. But it's very important to stretch before you surf. Do some dynamic stretches. So these are a couple easy, quick stretches you can do before you get in the water. You can check out the surf while you're doing them so you know exactly where to sit and where you're going to get the best waves in your session. Okay, so we're going to start with the neck. It's a very important area to warm up. You do a lot of neck extension when you're surfing. So you want to make sure you're nice and loose in this area. There's a lot of rotating that happens when you surf. So you want to kind of use your towel. There's a nice tool to use. It's going to be in your car because you're changing. Get it around sort of the bottom of your neck where those two bones are. And you're going to just traction up so you get nice length in the back of your neck muscles there. You're going to loosen up a lot of muscles there when you're doing this stretch. You're going to hold it for about 10 seconds. You can do it 2 to 3 times and just feel sort of nice length all the way from the base of your skull all the way down. Okay, the next area you want to warm up are your deep flexors, which kind of support you in the front of your neck here. Okay, help with the extensors in the back so you don't overload them. So you want to be using your towel and you're going to kind of flex your neck, chin drop down so you get those flexors working, and those are going to provide a lot of support to you when you're in the water so you don't get upper trap pain, neck pain, referring down your arm, all those sort of symptoms from having tight muscles around your neck and your shoulders and that. So you want to do this movement sort of hold for about 3 to 4 seconds and do it about 5 or 6 times. The next thing you want to do is some lateral flexion. So you're going to use your towel to help you get a little bit more leverage when you're doing this, and you'll see it actually works a lot nicer. You're going to open your arm so you get sort of the scalenes to open up, and you'll feel it kind of stretching really nicely on the side of your neck here. So if you're pulling into a barrel and you get kind of whipped by the wave, those muscles are nice and stretched out, so you're not going to sort of get into this stiff neck after your surf or even during your surf. It's the next very important muscle to warm up there. Okay, so you've warmed up your neck. Now you're going to take a nice run down to the beach. It's a very nice dynamic warm-up. You get blood flowing from the bottom to the top. Get everything nice and warm and loose so that by the time you hit the water, your muscles are nice and warm and ready to go. Okay, now that you are on the beach, you're going to start some scapular or shoulder blade mobility. It's very important in terms of paddling. This is often a problem area with a lot of people, especially surfers, because they do a lot of sort of internal rotation when they are paddling. So you need to get the shoulder blades to start moving. So the basic movements they do are up and down and forwards and backwards. So you're going to start by doing the up-down movement. So you're going to shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then feel your shoulder blades pulling down as you do the movement. So don't just shrug up and down, up and down. You want to actually feel the shoulder blade move. So you're going to hold each position for about 3 seconds. And you're going to do about 10 reps of that. Okay, so the next one we want to do is protraction and retraction. What that is moving your shoulder blades forwards and backwards. It's a very important movement. This often gets stuck. Your upper traps then start getting overloaded. So you're going to round your shoulders forward, pretend you're hugging something nice and wide. Hold it for about 3 seconds, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Make sure you don't just squeeze them up and together, otherwise we're getting the upper traps to do too much work. So you want to round them forwards, taking your shoulders into a nice stretch. You feel a nice stretch across the top of your back, and then squeeze the blades together and slightly down, and feel those muscles squeezing together. And feel those shoulder blades moving as you squeeze them down. Now that we've warmed up the upper body, the neck, the shoulders, we're going to move on to the lower body. It's going to be nice and quick. Some nice simple movements. The first one we're going to do is called happy hips. Okay, the name explains itself. It's a nice sort of hip opener. It's going to stretch out the lower back nicely, and you're going to kind of just move from one side to the other. Nice sort of dynamic flowing movement. You're going to rest on each position for about 3 to 5 seconds. You kind of try and really open up your hips in that position and then change over. You just move through that movement. You're going to do about 10 to each side and then change over. So you're going to move from the right side. You're going to flip your legs over onto the left side. You're going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds and really kind of stretch into the stretch, kind of push down with your knee and get your other leg to open up nicely so you really feel it kind of pulling in the front of your hip and in your lower back on the opposite side as you move from one side to the other. In the beginning, you can kind of hold it for a little bit longer, and then you can start to move a bit more freely through the movement as you become looser. Right, then we're going to do some leg swings. So you're going to lie on your side. And we're going to start with the bent knee so that we can get a bit of the quad involved and a bit of the hip flexor again. So you're going to move into a bent position. So you're going to bring your knee up to your chest. And then you're going to, keeping it bent, kick it behind you so you feel the quad and the hip flexor stretching. When your knee's bent up to your chest, you're going to feel your glutes and your back stretching a bit, depending on how tight you are. So you're going to keep moving through that movement and just allow your body to move as well. Don't try and control it. So you're kind of just moving freely by keeping in that bent position. So you'll do about 5 to 10 reps on the one side and then 5 to 10 reps on the other side. And then you'll move into a straight leg so you can get more of the hamstring involved as you're moving through that swinging action. Once you've done sort of 5 reps on each side, then you can alternate it. So you're going to swing your right leg up and then shift over onto your right side and swing your left leg up. And you can kind of keep moving like this for about 10 reps, so 5 reps on each side, and then you should feel a lot looser in sort of your pelvis, your back, your legs should start to feel loose, and you're almost ready to get in the water. Right, last thing you're going to do before you get in the water is just nice and easy, 10 push-ups. Depending on how strong you are, you can do them on your knees or your hands. If you're a surfer, you should be able to do them on your toes. You want to have nice upper body strength. So just 5 to 10 push-ups. Just get the blood flowing again just before you paddle out, and then grab your board and hit the surf. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, Oceanriders, and don't forget to click the bell to get notifications. See you in the next video.